Christine and welcome to Sip Talk and Learn. I don't know why it feels like it's been forever since I shot a video or since I was with you guys. I just feel like it's been so long and I'm so glad I'm here today. I hope you guys have had a lovely week and have been daring greatly and going beyond your comfort zones to do things that you've always wanted to do, but now you're just pushing fear aside and overcoming those fears by going outside of your comfort zone. Well, today's conversation is just really about being mindful of what's going on around us and how we react to situations where negative energy comes into our positive space. But I want to give you guys a few minutes to grab yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or whatever it is you want to drink as we have this conversation, and then we'll get started. See you soon! Welcome back. So, lately I've been trying to be so mindful. Okay, I've been trying to be so mindful of what's taking place around me, because I have realized that a lot of times I leave my house or I start off my day with such positive vibes, positive energy, and I'm just looking forward to a good day, and then out of nowhere you bump into someone who just has a negative energy about them and they just give you an attitude. And how do you deal with that situation, really? Because a lot of times in the past I used to give back negative for negative. So if I meet you with some negative energy, then I would go into that defense mode and put on my wall of protection, really, because I didn't want to enter into vulnerability and risk you rejecting my kindness. And so I would go in and just with a tough face too. If I notice that you're having a negative energy towards me, then I'll go in tough on you, and so then we're on equal grounds, and then I realized that doesn't work. It just escalates the situation much worse than it really should even. And so these days I am trying to go into situations and really be mindful of what's taking place, because what I've realized is if you are going about your day with such positivity around you and then you bump into someone who has a negative attitude about them and is daring to really ruin your positive space, then it's an opportunity for me to step back and just evaluate the situation just a little bit and just extend a little hand of kindness. Not a little hand of kindness. Extend a hand of kindness and love towards that person. Because what's going on, more than likely, that person is going through something. And it's not you with the problem. It's more than likely that person. Because if you're going in with kindness and that person is returning it back with negative, then that person is going through something. And many times we're not aware of what's going on with that person, really, to warrant that kind of behavior. So for example, you might be in a grocery store and then the attendant is uber rude to you. Then in that moment, most people react just like we would all expect them to react, in a very negative space, just like that attendant is doing. And I think we've all done that at one point in our lives or another. But really, I think that's an opportunity for us to extend mercy towards that person, because that person is going through something. And it so happens that in my church, we're going through a series of mercy and how mercy looks like. And as I was just thinking about today's conversation, I thought about the many times that opportunities to show mercy have presented themselves. And many times, sadly enough, I have not taken advantage of those opportunities. I've either walked away not having done anything and just really carried a heavy heart out of that, or I've just been a part of that negativity. And I don't want to live in that space where you're going about your life in a positive energy and then being sucked into negativity. I think if you have a good day and you're having a positive energy around you, that if someone comes in with negative energy, it's an opportunity to shed light in a dark situation. Just like Martin Luther King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. So you cannot go into a situation that is already negative and expect that you're going to drive it into a positive place by being negative. The only way you're going to make a situation that is dark and negative positive and filled with light is by showing light and love towards that person. And you know, the greatest demonstration of love really is when we allow ourselves, remove any pride out of ourselves, and take away any selfishness away from us, and step into a place of selflessness and demonstrate love to somebody that at that point is not the easiest person to love. And when you can do that over and over again, you've attained a level of love that most people never ever get to, because most people don't stay around to love you when you're really acting really bad. Most people's love are conditional love. But when you get to that zone where you're able to love someone beyond what is taking place in their life, and regardless of what they're showing, they're returning back to you, then you've demonstrated the level of love that really we need to be attaining, we need to be striving towards. And when we can do that to so many other people. We are such great agents of change, really. Because I think about this attendant in the grocery store, and he's in a negative space, and he's projecting that negative space to you, and you're coming into the grocery store with such positive energy. What if you extended love to that person and were kind to that person? You've just dropped a big gallon of light in that dark situation. And then what if someone else came in after you and shed an additional layer of light towards that negative person, and then another person came in and shed additional light to that situation? Before you know it, that person will be filled with light and love, and he'll have himself moved from darkness into light very easily. And if we only did that around the world, if all of us did that, can you imagine what a good place this world would be? I love the song Michael Jackson wrote. Human race, you know, this world, people are dying, people are really in struggle, and we should, if we're going through a good time in our life, then we should extend mercy towards that person. So if today you ask me, Christine, what is mercy? I will tell you that mercy is shedding light in a dark situation. And as I was reading, yes, I have another book that is my new bedtime read, To Kill a Mockingbird. I've had great reviews of this, and me and my kids are trying to get through this book really quick. And I never read one book at a time. I'm not that kind of person. I have to have about 4 books around me that I'm reading. So this is one of the books that is on my bedside right now to read. And I want to read something that is really touching to me. As I was reading this, it really just solidified my view on how I'm going about being mindful of what's taking place around me and what people are going through. So it's on page 33, and it says, first of all, he said, if you can learn a simple trick, Scout, you get along a lot better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view. That really struck me. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view. And then it goes on to say, sir, until you climb into his skin and walk around it. Can you imagine? Most people don't stay around enough to climb into your skin and walk around your situation. Most people, when they sense that you're going through a hard time and that you're not good to them, that is their cue to exit. Very few people stay around. And I think that's my dare for me, really, is when I'm faced with situations where someone is not really demonstrating love, that I come in and demonstrate love towards that person and shed some light in a dark situation and just show empathy, because that person is clearly going through something. And we have all been in situations where we needed someone to extend mercy to us. And it's not only going to be once, it's going to be many times. We're going to go through stuff and we're going to be rude to people and we're not going to act the best loving way, you know? But what if we all acted and lived a life where we're giving out mercy like it's free candy in a candy store? Like, here, have it. You need mercy? Here, have it. Here, have it. We would all be in such a lovely place, and it would eliminate a lot of this unhealthy, you know, demonstration of hate that's taking place in this world, because all we need to do is climb into that person's world and see what, just a little glimpse of what's going on in their life. And sometimes we might not get the whole picture of what's taking place in their life, but if we just climbed just a little bit, just set aside all our pride, you know, and set aside all our selfishness and moved into that zone of selflessness, and where we're gonna give and extend mercy enough for us to shed some light in a dark situation, that really, if we just step just a little bit into that zone of darkness and made a little light out of it, that we'll have shown mercy and empathy, and that person will have an opportunity to live a much healthier life in a few hours or even the next day. And I believe strongly, and really strongly believe, that we are all change agents. We are all change agents, and if we all took that very seriously and just really lived a life where we own the fact that we have the opportunity to change a situation from dark to light, then if we live that fully, then our neighbors would be our neighbors, and would not have all these wars taking place, and, you know, all this, you know, hatred that's going about the world. And I think it's just lack of love, and really just love is best demonstrated when it's toughest to demonstrate it. I love you guys. That's all I have for you guys today. It's a tough journey. I know we're all trying our level best to, you know, be this kind of person that is a change agent of good, and a change agent that drives darkness and brings light into every situation. And I'm so proud of you guys, and I know you guys are, you know, as we do this together, we are spreading the love, and we're gonna be change agents for good. I love you guys. Get this book if you guys really want a good bedtime read. Get this book, it's really good. Have your kids read it, and I'll keep sharing all my lovely library of books that I keep piling up, and my kids keep asking me like, "Mommy, do you read all these books you buy?" And yes, of course I do. I tell them, and I drag them along with me to read some more. Have yourself a lovely day, and we'll talk very soon. Okay, continue to dare greatly. Love you. Bye.